Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. And as you can see, the final score from the game that I stopped actually recording for halftime, Oklahoma State won 76-14. This is just the post-game show here. And yeah, 25 first downs compared to 8. 8 first downs in the 8th ranked team. 18th ranked team in the nation, you only get 8 first downs. They basically doubled them in yardage. Well, more than doubled them. 596 to 224. 255 yards on the ground compared to 71. 25 of 47 for 3 touchdowns and 340 yards compared to 9 for 38 for 1 touchdown and 173 yards. Although Oklahoma State was sacked 12 times compared to 8 for Georgia. And again, this seems to be the main key in winning games, is converting third downs. Oklahoma State went 9 for 26, as Georgia went 3 for 22, and Oklahoma State didn't go for it on another fourth down. No 2-point conversions. They did miss a red zone attempt though, and Georgia failed their only red zone attempt they had. 10 turnovers by Georgia compared to only 4 for Oklahoma State. All interceptions. Meanwhile, Georgia had a fumble and 9 interceptions. Jesus Christ. Georgia had 3 penalties, so I'm guessing 2 holdings and a false start. And that's about it. Now, Brandon Smith, let's just say, in line with a story that Brandon Smith is the older brother of Reggie Smith. And he went 5 for 21, 130 yards. He got a touchdown but threw 5 interceptions. And he also got sacked 4 times, but at least he got a touchdown. Something more than Reggie did. Meanwhile, three different people threw passes for Oklahoma State. PJ Dukes. Did PJ Dukes get hurt? Is that the reason why he didn't play the whole game? No. Why didn't he play the whole game then? I mean, he had 205 yards. Was it because he threw 3 picks, or was it because of the fact that they were up so much, they just threw the backup in? Ben Bass went 10 for 24, 122 yards. No touchdowns, no picks, and then, heck, even Kenny Thomas got in a bit on the party here. By going 3 for 5 for 14 yards. I mean, he threw a pick, though, but still. For Georgia, Tony Hood at least got over 100 yards. But the Smiths kind of took all of that away. Meanwhile, Paul Harris also had went over 100 yards, and he got 2 touchdowns. Ben Bass ran for 48 yards and got 2 touchdowns on the ground. PJ Dukes got a rushing touchdown. Zach Young got a couple of runs. James Edwards got 11 attempts for 21 yards, not the best. And nobody lost yards for Oklahoma State. Georgia apparently... Okay, again, a pass that goes basically to the offensive lineman. Instead of it being ruled as an incompletion, they rule it as a drop for the offensive lineman. So Randy Moore was the guy who got the touchdown catch. Tony Hood got a catch for 4 yards. And that's about it. Meanwhile, Tyrone Freeman had 6 catches for 40 yards. Bo Newton got 5 catches for 76 yards. Ryan Bolden, 4 catches for 87 yards. Paul Harris had a couple catches for 2 catches for 43 yards. Although one of them was actually 43 yards, so the other one he got tackled at the line of scrimmage. Kevin White, Kevin Wayne had 2 catches for 36 yards. Patrick McCauley, 2 catches for 19 yards. Basically, somebody for Oklahoma at least caught the ball. The guys who allowed sacks, wrong button, were Marcus Dolbear, Ryan Cox, and Paul McCoy, and Ronald Douglas. Meanwhile, for Oklahoma State, Tyler Rhodes, Doug Flowers, Eric Brown, Jason Ferris, Eric Lewis, all allowed sacks. Jamie France led Georgia with 17 tackles. Sorry about that, my ear was itchy. And sorry if I'm not as focused right now. In the post game, I'm also watching someone stream on Twitch, so I can get some drops for my Supercard game. But Chad Patrick also had 15 tackles. Both of them had 4 tackles for a loss, along with Tony Jackson. And Jamie France also had 3 sacks, 2 for Chad Patrick, 2 for Tony Jackson. Marcus Jackson had a sack. James Goodman had a sack. Jason Gates had a sack. Dwayne Pitts had a sack. Ahmad Hopkins had a sack. And that does hurt for Georgia. Defensive back being out for 8 weeks. Now they got 4 interceptions. Dwayne Pitts got 1. Ryan Colvin got 1. Jonathan Byrd got 1. And Chad Patrick got 1. And hey, the only other touchdown was a pick 6. So take what you will for Georgia there. Meanwhile, for Oklahoma State, not a high tackling total for Ryan Russ. 7 tackles, 4 loss, and a pick. But a lot of people got involved. And I think that's probably what was a big key for Oklahoma State here is the fact that they didn't have to rely on just 1 or 2 people on defense. Everybody was getting involved. Unlike with Georgia, Georgia did have a good bit of spreading around. But it wasn't like as much as Oklahoma State. 2 sacks for Wendell Mosley, 2 for Jesse Maxwell, 1 for Brent Hampton, Kevin Mack got 1, Jason Harris got 1, William Davis got 1, and that's it. Nick Morocco got 2 picks, Josh Gamble, Kevin Mack, Zach Young, and Ryan Russ, along with Daryl Carlton and Bobby Gracie and Trent Arnold. All those guys just had 1 interception. Did they really have 2 pick 6s in this game? They did. They had 2 pick 6s. We got Ronnie Parks just kicked 2 extra points, and 3 kickoffs, 2 of them being a touchback. And for Oklahoma State, Stephen Larson made 2 field goals, 10 extra points, 13 kickoffs with 10 of them being a touchback. 17 punts for Alex Osborne. Man, he's going to have to ice that leg in the locker room. 13 punts for Cedric Freeman, which ain't all that bad, but still. Okay, that's probably where Tristan Davis got injured on the punt return. But yeah, not that many punt returns. Well, kick returns, punt returns, and not much going on there either. But yeah, who had the ball last? It was Oklahoma State. And yeah, I wouldn't really call what Oklahoma State did. Okay, that was the last score we saw. So they began the third quarter with a 6-yard run by Dukes. Then Dukes threw a 40-yard pass to Bolden. And then a 99-yard pick six to finally have Georgia on the board. And then Oklahoma State near the end of the quarter responds back with a pick six of their own. 48-yard run by Bass, a 24-yard run by Bass, and then garbage. Like, all this, like, I'd say everything from the Oklahoma State pick six on down were just garbage time touchdowns. Like, that was something that they couldn't really come back from. Oh, I had the sound on. Hopefully that won't get me copyrighted by EA. Now, let's just hope this one will actually load afterwards. And it does. Yay. And for a canonic reason for why the Navy Temple game decided to stop working, Navy's final score was so egregious, was so needless, that the game actually crashed and broke the universe here. So, as we wait for it to save, I will show you the new final score that's in the new record books for the game. As it's saving settings, I don't know why settings need to be saved, but okay, I got 96% of the Twitch drop I have, 9 more minutes of the stream I need to watch. It's fine by me. But yeah, the new final score of that game was 47-14, so that's the final score for the Navy Temple game. 76-14 for Oklahoma State and Georgia. And the Tampa Bay and Virginia Tech game is next. And I will go ahead and get ready and do the pregame show for that one. So, see y'all in a bit.